Everyone, welcome to the show. A federal judge has dismissed a lawsuit that Donald Trump filed. He destroyed them in his response. This was the racketeering lawsuit against Hillary Clinton and other people. I've mentioned it in one other show, and I'll explain how this case is actually tied in a way to the classified documents that Trump stole from the government. So here's the deal. Earlier this year, Trump filed a lawsuit against Clinton, James Comey, several other people, alleging that they conspired to destroy him and his campaign by falsely claiming that he colluded with Russia. Since that filing, several defendants were dismissed. The government actually substituted themselves in for them. This is due to the fact that their actions were taken while they were government employees. However, it appeared that the lawsuit was going to move forward still in some capacity, and that Clinton would end up going to trial. Well, the defendants recently filed a new motion, and they asked to dismiss the case. And in a 65-page ruling, Judge Donald Middlebrooks basically told Trump and his attorneys that their lawsuit is a hot mess. One by one, this judge knocked down and just decimated every single one of Trump's supposed complaints against Clinton and these other defendants. And the judge wrote in part, quote, "It is not simply that I find the amended complaint inadequate in any respect. It is inadequate in nearly every respect." But Trump hires the best people, right? In another portion of his response, Judge Middlebrooks wrote that Trump's amended complaint contained, quote, 80 new pages of largely irrelevant allegations that did nothing to salvage the legal sufficiency of his claims. And then the judge cited examples of this. And in one instance, he called it perplexing that Trump simultaneously accused the defendants of obstructing the investigation into Trump while also initiating the investigation. And Middlebrooks said, quote, "That defendants could have obstructed a proceeding by initiating it defies logic." Judge Middlebrook also questioned how Trump could claim that the allegations against him damaged his political career when, quote, he, not defendant Clinton, won the 2016 presidential election. And he said that, quote, "Neither politically opposing plaintiff, disliking plaintiff, nor engaging in political speech about plaintiff that casts him in a negative light is illegal." Middlebrooks also called out Trump for essentially just wasting the court's time and whining and complaining. He wrote, quote, "What the amended complaint lacks in substance and legal support, it seeks to substitute with length, hyperbole, and the settling of scores and grievances. At its core, with plaintiff's amended complaint is that plaintiff is not attempting to seek redress for any legal harm. Instead, he is seeking to flaunt a 200-page political manifesto outlining his grievances against those that have opposed him, and this court is not the appropriate forum." In the end, the judge dismissed the case with prejudice, which means that it cannot be refiled. So the judge pretty much said to them, womp womp and thoughts and prayers. But as I mentioned, this case is related to the classified documents investigation, or at least this whole special master portion of what's been going back and forth in court, because Trump tried to venue shop this case and to get this Clinton lawsuit in front of Eileen Cannon as well. That's the, seemingly corrupt, obviously inexperienced judge that gave Trump that unprecedented win in the classified documents case. So evidently, Trump filed this Clinton case in what's known as the Fort Pierce division, where Cannon was the only federal judge. Somehow, though, the case was assigned to Middlebrooks, who was a Bill Clinton appointee. So Trump tried to get Middlebrooks removed from the case, but Middlebrooks refused to recuse himself. And in his order about that matter specifically, he wrote, quote, "I have never met or spoken with Bill or Hillary Clinton. Other than my appointment by Bill Clinton, I do not now have nor I ever had any relationship with the Clintons." Then he went on to note that since every federal judge is appointed by a president, every judge, quote, could theoretically be viewed as beholden to some extent or another. As judges, we must all transcend politics. And Judge Middlebrook pointed out that, when it's a Trump judge, when it's one of his own appointees, he doesn't seem to have a problem. He wrote, quote, when plaintiff is a litigant before a judge that he himself appointed, he does not tend to advance the same sort of bias concerns. So yeah, it's clear why Trump moved his classified documents issue to a different venue, because he wasn't getting his way. He saw a way to get it before judges that he appointed or that would be more friendly. And so that's what he did, rather than going back to the judge who actually approved the initial order. Anyway, guys, if I hear any more, I'll let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.